Hey guys, this is David. I'm the owner of New Choices Counseling, and I know you've not seen me in any of the pages of this particular Facebook because I've not done anything like this before. I want to try to do some videos and maybe help some people with some issues that have popped up in their life, and to give you an idea of some of the things that we do in group that may be helpful for you. So I want to start a series of videos, and today's the first one, called Questions with Dave. And today I'm going to talk to you about a question that I proposed in group about a week ago, and that is, how do we get there from here? Or how do I get there from here is more appropriate. Often when we're in crisis or things of that sort, we ask that question, well, how do I get a better relationship? How do I get sober? How do I find a better job? How do I make a better father? How do I get to be basically better as a person? Well, I asked those questions too several years ago, and I had a good friend of mine who got me sober, and his name was John. And John was like a father to me, and some of the things that you'll see on these videos are things that I've learned from him. So let's start this. What people want to know is, how do I, and then they forget the part that's most important is almost inferred there from here. So we're going to break this down a little bit, and I'm going to try and help you see the importance of this question. So let's start with the first word, how. How is really just a request. How is a admission that I can't do this on my own. So when you say, how am I going to make a better relationship? Well, you don't have to do that on your own. You can use your spiritual growth to build a better relationship. You can look at things in other people's experiences to get a better relationship. You can look at your bad relationships to find a better way to have a relationship. But the first word, how, is really about maybe realizing that you need some help. The next word is do. And do is by nature a very action word. Do means you have to get up and actually physically move or do something different. Oftentimes we want things to happen, but we don't want to do anything to make that happen. So we say things like, you need to help me. Or in better terms, when we're doing talk therapy, we expect, okay, I'm going to go to a therapist and they're going to fix me. Well, I've never seen talk therapy work, ever. And that means in all the 30 years that I've done this, I've never, ever seen talk therapy work unless there's an action. You can talk for an hour in a support group, or you can talk for an hour in a therapy group, or an individual therapy, or even with your spouse, or even with friends. And it's not going to make any difference if you're not going to do something about it. So the next word is do. Get up and make a change in your life. The next is I. And that seems like a really small little word of one letter, but it has a huge impact. Because I often doesn't mean I. It means they or them or we. Because what we do is we expect ourselves to make changes because they want us to. I'm going to do this for them. You're not going to do anything for them or they. Because you're going to do for them long enough to meet that standard or whatever the request is that somebody wants of you. They want me to get sober. So you will, as long as they are in your life. I'm doing this for them. Well, you're not going to have any motivation because it's not what you want. I is important. I means you own this. You want this. This is something that matters. Without the I, the they and the them won't make any difference at all. Then we come to the parts that most people don't say, but they mean, or that's inferred, and that is get there from here. Oftentimes, like I said, we say, how do I get a better relationship? How do I make better friends? How do I get people to like me? The inferred part is, how do I? And then get there from here. Get means that we must acquire something that we don't already have, something that's missing. I need to get something to help me. And we have to be willing to get it. We have to be willing to strive to make the changes that get what we need. So getting something means that you have to realize you don't already have it. There. There is a big word. There is a big word that means one thing: desire. What is my desire? If I want to get there, I have to know where there is. There can be anything. It can be a dream. It can be an objective. It can be something that somebody else has brought to your mind. But it has to be your desire. If I is going to be a part of this and they and them won't work, then there has to be something that you desire. You will never get sober without there. You'll never get a good relationship without a desire for one. You will never have a good job if you're not going to get there. The next word is from. From means to move. If you're going to move, or you're going to go from Roanoke to Miami, that means you're going to move from Roanoke and you're going to go to Miami. So if you're going to get there from, you have to know where from is. Where are you coming from? It means to move. If you're not willing to move, you're not going to get there. If you're not willing to move, your desire will never become a reality. So from is a real important question. What am I coming from? Well, the last word is here. Here is where you're coming from. But here may be there if your desire is not to change. Someone said that there is nothing more than here without the T. And it can be. If your desire is not to get sober, then you're already there because you're here. Here is really important. It means to accept. Accept where I'm at. In a relationship, you have to know where you are. You have to say, this is me. This is here. And if you want to be there, you have to know what your desire is for that relationship. So here can be there if you're not willing to change. But here can be an acceptance, saying that I am an alcoholic, I am an addict, but I can get there, I can stop. With the power of my higher power, I can do anything. I can get there from here. So in all, when you look at this phrase, how do I? That means to own it. Own the fact that I need help. Have an action. Talk therapy doesn't work without action. Know that it depends on you, not them or they, but you. Get busy. Get knowledge. Acquire what you need. There. Know your desire. You have to know your desire. You will get what your desire is, no matter what it is. If your desire is not to change, you'll get it. If your desire is to change, you can get that too. You have to move. You have to move from where you're at here to get there. If you want to be sober, your desire will be always to be sober. No matter where you are at, people, places, and things, they don't matter when your desire is to get there. Through your higher power, which I choose to call God, you can go anywhere that you want. You can be the best you can be if you're willing to move from where you are here to there. So this is the introduction in my first video. I hope this has helped you. And if you're willing to learn more about what we do at New Choices, you're welcome to come. You're welcome to call. You're welcome to post on this page. And I'll get back to you. Because my view here is if you can change your mind, you will change your entire life. I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I've done. And what those people who I've had the privilege of working with have done as well. So I thank you for listening to this video and for taking the time to sit with me and ask questions.